Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 28, Episode 2. In the previous episode, we planned out this, which is the plan for our new prison. This is going to be our Alpha 28 season prison. So, as you can see, it is quite conventional. We got sort of utilities and such down the bottom here, like offices and garbage exports, all of that sort of thing. Then up here we have things like I guess it would be common room here, got Alcoholics Anonymous here, we got the infirmary and such. A lot of this hopefully we won't really need, but we'll see. And then we've got the visitation and the classroom there. In the centre we have two very large cell blocks which we'll be altering in a moment, and then we've got the workshops, which is the sort of main focus of this series. The idea is to have fairly large workshops. We've got two fairly large workshops here, and then a bit of forestry next to it. The idea is to put the forestry on, chop the trees down, get logs, cut the logs up into planks, and either sell the planks or go further and actually make beds, and then you can sell the beds for even more profit. But that will require some skilled labour, so we'll have to, do that later on, because it means training up and such, and not all prisoners might not want to be trained or so whatever. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the cell block here. Obviously, we planned everything out in the last episode. We're going to start construction in this one, but I just want to check a couple of things. A lot of people have been saying we don't really need this as long as it is, as the actual, so we don't need the shower as big as it is, and I actually agree. We do not need it as big as it currently is, so we could, in theory, expand it a little bit if we wanted to, so we could have it about like that sort of size, but I'm not too sure it would work very well. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of having a very, very small area, but we'll see. I'm just going to have a quick look. If we have that sort of copied on that side, it would be too small. Yeah, it's not going to be big enough. I'm trying to fit in extra things, but not too sure it's going to work. So if that goes there, we could then come down like that maybe, and then have entrance either side like that, and then you could have the shower there. That would probably do it, but again, don't want it too crowded, because in the last prison, that's where most of the fights actually took place. A lot of people saying that what we could do instead is maybe get rid of a couple of cell blocks up here, like 3 up here, like that, and then having a shower block this side like that, and then you have showers right along there and then along there, and you have either side, so we'd have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we'd have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 plus a lot more at either side. That wouldn't be big enough. We'd have to extend it a little bit, but even if we do that, how much are we going to actually save? We're only going to get 2 cell blocks in there and then 2 on this side probably. In fact, we wouldn't even get 2 because I'd want a pathway around there. So you'd lose 3 and you'd gain 3. So, yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. It's probably best just to leave it like that. Honestly, I think that would probably do it. If anything, we could maybe expand this down just a little bit. But then, I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm putting extra shower in. It's not strictly necessary. We have it, say, I don't know, like that or something. Then you have showers all the way along there. Nah, I'm not really too sure. The thing is, I know that this place is a bit big. That actual shower is fairly large, and it's not the actual size. It's sort of oversized because we don't need it that big. But having additional stuff in is not really. There's no real point in it. The only other thing I can think of, which is something that people mentioned, is that I've got some people in here, but excuse me, excuse me again. We've got some people in here where we have that's where we're going to have the people working, and that's our cleaning cupboard. So we could, if we wanted to, sort of join these up like so, and then have a cleaning cupboard on either side. I know that's actually not right. That should be there. Hang on. There, and where is the center? Yeah, I thought that's actually a little bit wrong, that bit there. We'll drag that back up and pull that one down, and yeah, we could have that if we wanted to. We could have cleaning cupboard on either side. You know what? I think we're going to leave it as is. I honestly think we're going to leave it as is. A good idea. Like I say, a lot of people have been saying that we should do that and actually have a smaller shower. But I think this is it's a little bit too big, but then it's not overly sized so that I really need to start redesigning it, especially since prisoners come in and generally fight around this place. So it's something I would rather have oversized than sort of too small around the front here. A lot of people say we should have it around the front as well, because it means when prisoners are leaving, they can just go in and out the shower if necessary, whereas now they have to funnel all the way down the back and then go in the shower and then come back up. Not really bothered too much about that. If they have to do like that, then that's fine with me. I'm not really bothered, as I said, but yeah, I guess we're going to leave it as is. I guess we'll leave it as it is there. Right, any other changes? I don't think there was. Some people saying that this place was not symmetrical, but I've checked it, and as far as I can tell, it is. And they say symmetrical. I don't mean symmetrical. They meant centralized. That's 39, and that is the 39 as well. So that is definitely in the dead center there. So that's all fine. As far as I can tell, we are about done. So I think we will get on with the construction. So we're going to go to reports. We're going to go to prisoners. We're going to turn off our intake because obviously that's something we just don't want. And then we'll unpause it. And first things first, we're going to go to materials. We're going to go to our fence. And then we're going to start dragging fences along. So the fence will start here and then go all the way along around the outside. Now obviously I've got my yards there and there, and that will allow me to actually check to see if we've got any got it sort of all filled in and such, which hopefully we will. I'm just going to put in the little extra bits that I know I'm going to need, which will be along about there. That should be all of the fence that we actually need, but we'll see what happens here. Going to use standard brick, or we can actually use, yeah, you can actually use concrete foundations instead. Should we use concrete instead of brick? Just to make it different? I mean, that was an addition, well, that was something that was added, I don't know, I think it was a couple of alphas ago that was added. And you can actually use brick foundations, like concrete, instead of, so yeah, you can use building brick or building concrete. And I think we'll use concrete for these things, just to make it look a little bit different. It's going to make it look a bit dark, but it'll be fine. I think it's just going to be, you know, different, as I said. Right, you can see that we got an additional guy working here. That's actually the truck driver, and what the truck driver does is help unload as well as drive the truck, you understand. So there you go, they're just moving stuff, and you might think, oh, it's only one person, that doesn't really do anything. Well, I'll tell you what, just the addition of one person unloading a truck is amazing. It means that when you've got one or two dinner plates sitting on a truck, you don't get a big line of trucks all the way back up. They just get out, fling the dinner plates on the floor like a UPS driver, smash everything, and then drive off and don't give any shits. So that's, yeah, that's pretty much what they do. But, yeah, we should be alright. We should be, I really like them. I really do like them indeed. Right, anyway, let's go to building, and we're going to go to concrete, as I said, and we're going to put a concrete building all the way up to there, and then we will have to be very careful because I don't want to overspend. So I'm just going to do it in stages. So there's one bit there. Obviously, it's saying require entrance, which, you know, we know this. So we're going to put, we could put staff doors on here. Staff doors, because there's only going to be staff in there. We just put staff doors on. We could save ourselves 50 pence. And we could save ourselves, well, we could half it just by putting normal doors on. No, let's be safe. I think staff doors, probably the better option there. Haven't hired any more workmen because, honestly, I'm trying to save money. I can't do any grants, or we can do some grants at the moment. We'll get basic detention centre, and then we'll go for administration centre because that's what I'm building up now. Admin centre is 2 officers, warden, unlock finance through bureaucracy, and then hire an assistant, or accountant, accountant, and then go there. I'm sure that's a lot, is that a lot crisper to read? I know there's been some UI work, and it's changed some stuff around, like this, that actually highlights now, it's actually just a slightly different colour, but yeah, sure that's been changed there. Actually very crisp. Or maybe it's just me. Anyway, workmen are coming along, doing the good old workman thing, using the old hammer and screwdriver to put in concrete. That's fine. Let's go to materials. Concrete wall. It is the same price, which is the one of the main things as well. We need to make sure we're not overspending there. And then we'll go to rooms, and then to office, and then we'll put, I think we'll put it right there. So that's an office. Obviously we need to put in the office desk, and I think we will just shove it, I'll put it right in the middle there. Final cabinet in the corner, and then finally one chair. There we go. And then we're going to go to staff, and then we're going to hire a warden, There we go. And there's a little bit of that grant completion. Okay, so we need to unlock finance through bureaucracy. Bureaucracy tab is now up the top left there. So we're going to click on finance. I'm going to start researching that. And then we'll also go probably for maintenance, security, and basically the myriad of other things that we have to get on with. But for the time being, we will leave it. So let's go to foundation and concrete building once again. And then we will build this bit. That's where we're going to have power. We need to build this building here. Just check. Yeah, there we go. And because that'll have our water, that'll have our... What would you call it? That's a power block, isn't it? Yeah. And then what else do we need? I think what I'm going to do is go to concrete wall and put all of the concrete walls in for the exports, the garbage, and all of that sort of thing. And then this will be concrete wall as well. Like that. Okay, and then obviously all that will be concrete. So I'm just putting the little extras in as we do that. By the way, I'm going to put a lip in here as well, so this will go up. So I'll actually put that on planning now. It's got planning and then walls, and we'll have a little lip like that. And that will allow us to put not only doors there, we'll put our metal detectors as well, because we haven't got them on here, which is a lot of people have already said that we haven't actually got any metal detectors on the canteen. I also think it's probably going to be best if I just open up the canteen. I could do that and then put metal detectors on that. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, might as well. Job done. Right, anyway, so getting on with these areas over here, let's just go to our... I think we'll go to objects and then to large... Oh, road gate. Oh, they're expensive. We'll go to... not large windows. We'll put normal gates on the entrance of this place. And it's going to be... Do you want to put a lot of gates on? Might as well just leave it like that. 2 gates for the time being. Oh, we need 3 gates actually, like that. And then we'll have metal detectors there, you understand. Right, okay. Now these obviously haven't opened up because we haven't got staff door and such. I think I'm going to put a... There's no reason for me not to put anything other than a heavy door on that thing, because as soon as they get to the power, it's going to shut it down. We're going to put a standard door on that area at the top there, and then put a large jail door there. And then this is going to be the... It's going to be where the foreman lives. I mean, he might not live there. He might sleep there if he's, you know, if he's maybe had a falling out with the wife or whatever. But I don't think it'll be a big problem if I'm sleeping there if he wants to do that. I think we'll just put a staff door on this. Staff door, maybe? Just staff door on. See, staff door it can be knocked down quite easily because it is, after all, only a wooden door. Maybe a bit of metal reinforcement on the kick plate or whatever, but nothing else funky. So maybe... could do solitary. We'll just put a staff door. And honestly, I don't think these... I'm going to do low risk on this one, so I don't think the prisoners are really going to boot off and start ripping all of the doors off to try and turn the power off. And if they do, then you know what? I'll have to deal with it, won't I? Right, back to our materials and concrete wall. And then we'll put the concrete wall in like so. And that will... finish that off, and then we need to go to utilities and then to water pumping station, put a water pumping station there, go to power station, put a power station over there, and then finally capacitor, and we'll do a big row of capacitors like that. Electrical cable we are going to run, I think, straight out and along to about there, okay, and the same thing will apply up the top there. Now obviously we do need to power this water pumping station, so we're going to run the cable like so, and then we'll run the water up and then straight across all the way to about there, maybe. I think I only really need to go to that crossroads. I don't think we need any water further than that. There'll need to be water in here, but we can use standard small pipe. So there we go. They are getting on with that. Right, okay. Looks like we've got power, and you can see it's all turning on. And the cable is getting placed. Excelente. Right. So, I think what we need to do now is start looking out a basic detention center grant, because that not only gives us a bit of money when we actually do these things, but also we need to think about sort of finishing them off, into sort of getting them, I guess finishing this off so we know that we've got an actual working prison. You know, one of the things that the grants did in the past and still do is give you a rough idea of what you need to build. So it's sort of mini tutorial. Anyway, one thing before we do anything else, go to rooms and go back to our office. We're going to place another office there and then furnish said office. So we'll put in the desk and the chair and then the filing cabinet. There we go, that's all sorted. And then we can go to staff, and then we can hire 1 unit of accountant. There we go, so there's an accountant which will go at the office. And then we need to build 2 offices for the administration centre, then we get 5 grand. Excellent, so we have 41,171 generic units of currency, receiving 560 per day. One of the things that people mentioned in the previous episode's comments was that I didn't sell my other prison, and I'm aware of that. I thought, new year, new start, although I don't really sell prisons in general anyway. I'm certainly not against it, but I don't see the point in selling a prison for, say, 500,000 and then just building 1 prison in, say, 3 episodes. But I'm also against struggling for money and just waiting and waiting and waiting, because obviously that's not interesting for you to watch and such. So it's trying to strike a good balance. And I thought with this prison, with the idea of it being you make your own money from workshops, we should be able to do that without any major problems, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to go for... Could go for health and well-being. That's quite an easy one to do, and you get a fairly good advance payment on that one, so we'll buy that one. But it also means we're going to replace a lot of foundations now, so let's just go and we'll clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy, all up there. That's 4 grand to build that building up the top. This one is going to be very, very similar, and these are all buildings that we need, so it's not me wasting money here. We do need these buildings. There we go. We'll extend that off, and then we will put I think a large jail door right at the front there, and then that building will be complete. This one in the center here is going to have, oh, that's easy if I go back to my planning. This one, well, not center, sort of top right, is going to be where we have the common room, and that's going to be holding cell, and that's going to be our Alcoholics Anonymous. So we don't need that just yet, but I do need all of these, mainly just to block off the prison, because otherwise they can just run away. In fact, that's the same for that one, but we'll get onto that. We've got 44,149 generic units of currency. Today's beverage is coffee. Actually not that warm either. Right, so require entrance on a couple of these things, so I might as well fulfill that requirement, and I'll just put a standard door right there, and that'll allow the prisoners to come in, sorry, the visitors to come in and go straight in there. These doors here will have an automated door opening system somewhere, and then, oh, it's that one there, that area there is actually our automated door opening area, and CCTV. It's all in one, because we don't really need a lot of it. Right, let's go to bureaucracy. And we need to get the extra grant, or we want to get the extra grant, which is always good. We've got micromanagement, we don't really need that for now, but we do want our maintenance and security and health and psychology and pretty much everything else we want, but we have to prioritise, or rather get the order down quite neatly. There we go. We should also run the power a little bit further, so go back to utilities. We'll run the power straight along, and then we'll connect it up to each of these individual offices. Officers? It's like cactus and cactises. It's cactus, isn't it? Right. Cacti, actually. Right. They're all put in. Job done. There's all the walls going in. Excellent. Right. This is the canteen and several other things on the right. So we'll just go to objects, and then we'll put in some staff doors like so. There we are. Then this one will be a... Actually, it will be a staff door there, and then a jail door there. That jail door will be automatically forced open, because it's easier. This staff door we will put in... I think... Do we put it middle ground? We'll put it mid ground. Yeah, it means this is the storage, so it means that the actual people working in the kitchen, otherwise known as the cooks or chefs, can go from there to there quite easily and just pick up everything, or straight at the deliveries, which is straight across as well. So there's no problem with that. Let's just go to storage. We'll designate all that as storage there. And I think we will go for canteen and designate all of that as our canteen. And then finally the kitchen, which we'll put there as well. And then we should probably put some walls in, because that is beneficial to keeping prisoners inside a penal facility. Right, let's run that all the way down. Obviously everything else is put in for now, so we don't need to worry about blocking that off. So that's storage, that's our staff room, that's our security room. Although I'm thinking of making this the security room because it's just a little bit larger. But we'll see what happens. I'm just going to go to our objects and put some staff doors in here just for sake of completeness there. And we'll put another one at the... We'll put it on at the periphery of the edge there. Right, finally, 37,543 generic units of currency. We have to build a medical ward, hire at least 2 doctors and hire a psychologist, which I don't think... Oh, I might have researched now. What's actually getting research? We'll have a quick look. I say research, it's unlocks through bureaucracy. We got an extra grant, which is good. We could get a bank loan. I think we're going to 500 quid for that. We might as well actually put that in the queue to get unlocked, because then that'll allow us to, well, get a bank loan and, more importantly, increase our credit rating. Do you increase or decrease your credit rating? Improve, I think, is the better term, isn't it? Improve our credit rating. So we actually got a prison grading button as well, which is nothing in there because we haven't yet let anyone out. No, I say let anyone out. We don't like go, oh, a catch and release program. It's nothing like that. Right, okay. So, we need to go to staff. And do we need to hire a guard? Yes, we could have a foreman though. Actually, don't need a foreman just yet. Do I need any of these? Not really. Not really. Let us get on with the canteen. So, we will go to our objects. Tables. And we'll put tables in. 3 tables there. And then bench either side. Okay. There we go. Serving table. We will put in there. And then other corners there. And finally there. We will put some phone booths in all the way around, but I'll get to that in a moment. Right. Utilities, electrical cable, run it straight up to about there, because I don't know how far things are going. And then we will obviously run everything to the edge. Actually, we'll just run that up to there. Cancel that last little bit. Cancel that little bit as well, because I'm going to run it up the far wall, because it means that anything we place on there will be automatically connected up. Right, trying to save a little bit of money where I can, although I know that every little bit of money I save, I'm sure I'm buggering it up somewhere else. Okay, so the canteen is sorted there. I might not even put that sort of extra table and chairs in there, or table and bench rather, and just put a big block of phone booths. I think that would be better. Right, kitchen, we need to get on with that, so, well, let's get on with it, I guess. Cooker, so we'll spin them around, and we'll put one cooker there, and we'll put them, you know what, I'm just going to shove them all in. There we go, and then fridges, we don't need a lot of, but I'm going to put... Now, do I need any more cookers than that? It is actually a possibility that we might need some more. So if I assume we're going to put them on this side and then there, I'll need to put the fridges probably dead center like that. I think is going to be best for this place. Do I want them there? Yes, that'll do us for now. That'll be fine. Right, sinks can go right at the... Actually, I don't want them right at the back. I want them closer to the front. Although it doesn't matter because the travel distance is totally negligible, isn't it? So, we'll just put in a sink either side there. And then we'll go to our utilities. We'll go to water pipe. Run a water pipe down and then connect both up like so. And then that should be... That almost plumbed in. We'll put a little power bit there, and there's that sorted. That's the kitchen done. That's the canteen done. Excellent. So we need to build a yard, shower, and other things. That says secure behind at least one door. So there is a bit missing, and I know where it is. It's foundations, and it's this bit here. I might as well build that building for $4,000, and then we're going to put a fairly large cell block in, which is going to cost a lot of money. Let's think about this. Cancel that bit there. Well, we're going to have to do it. I mean, there's no getting around it. I'm going to have to put that thing in. So we are running a little bit low on the old cashage, but that's not too bad because we can actually get some more with the grants. We'll just put the extra bits in here, and then obviously we're going to put the large jail doors in. There we go. Right, okay. 14,168. We can go to reports, and we can now get another grant. So we'll go for... Short-term investment, how long is that? It doesn't tell me there. It just says short-term investment and wait for funds. Education reform. Nah, we're not by that yet. We'll go for staff well-being because that's really easy to get. Fantastic. This thing requires an entrance, so I'll go to my object and then staff door, and I can't remember where the entrance was. I know there's going to be one there, so we'll shove it in. This place now, this is where we got... Ah, that's a staff door I've just put in. Actually, I don't want a staff door, but if I right click it's going to delete the entire building, so I'm not going to do that. Right, let's put in a couple of standard doors around here. Don't really need anything funky. This is a classroom. That's actually a very, very small corridor they're going to have to navigate down. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It goes against the entire way that people walk around the prison. Ooh. If I cancel out, will I get my money back? No, because they've all been placed, so it's not going to matter. Okay, fine. Right, let's just go brick and concrete, and then that's going to cost 10 to do that. They have actually fixed that bug, which is a good thing. Yeah, I might delete a little bit of that wall, because I don't like them having to go through this really, really small corridor. In fact, I'm sure that was a comment that someone left on the previous episode. I think it was, now that I think back. Anyway, they're going to get on with that. There you go, that's all been placed. So what I'll do, I'll actually go to materials and then concrete wall. We'll run a concrete wall up. If I have a double walkway, there and there, and then a gap, and then that, it'll shrink this down somewhat. And some might say that this is unnecessary, and you're probably right. That's a lot of money, that, isn't it? For a mistake as well. If we just have a single walkway along, because it's not going to be a heavy trafficked area, and we do still have single walkways over there, but I just don't like the fact that we've got no gap between anything here. So if we have a walkway there, gap, and then that goes along to there, that runs along there, and then we're going to go to foundations and then bulldoze, and then we're going to bulldoze all of these foundations up to there, okay? And then that's a little bit of money gone, but yeah, it's not too bad. Right, okay, so we need to get up a holding cell, which will go in there. We need to get the shower up, which will go down the bottom there. Hire a couple of guards and such. That's 10 grand there. Medical wings, easy, because it's just up there where that's almost done. Staff well-being, there's another 10 grand. So we get 30 grand pretty quick. I think that's not really a problem at all. Right, I think I will actually leave it there. A little bit of a short one, but very, very productive. Next episode, we're going to get some more grants completed, and that will allow us to get some more prisoners in, and... Oh, sorry, get some prisoners in. I think we'll get prisoners next episode, maybe. And progress on. Not too bad so far. Looking good, actually. And I do like the look of the concrete. I think it's a bit better. And I really, really do want to start putting in the floors and the walkways before we just build everything. So the plan is, and this is something I'm probably going to break, I am hoping I can get the... Hang on, let me just put that in there before I forget. I'm hoping I can get all of the floors and stuff put in around here before building this top bit. Yeah, you and I know that that's probably not going to be the case. We'll see what happens. As always, comments in the comments that change how these episodes go and how things progress. You know that by now. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.